Hey folks, the November numbers are in. This is actually going to be a very special report. It's the last report of 2019. The next time we do this is when the December numbers are in, but that'll be early January in 2020. So this is also going to be a year in review, so to speak, and I've got a bunch of predictions for you at the end. So stick around. Any information you need, go to vaughanmarketreport.ca. I'm just going to be talking about a few of the data, a few of the slides, but there's so much more at vaughanmarketreport.ca. Plus, check out our podcast, check out our YouTube channel. We have lots of informational videos. We do a lot of different things out there. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I want to do before we dive into Vaughan is talk about, in general, what's the situation real estate-wise for the GTA. This is a summary of all home types, everything traded on the Toronto Real Estate Board. Well, when we look at prices here from October to November, we can see that prices dropped slightly by 1%. Doesn't concern me much because this average of $852,000, that's a 29-month high. We haven't seen that kind of price for about 2.5 years almost. So overall, prices are extremely high in the GTA in general. When we compare November this year to November last year, sales are up by 14.2%. So you can see here, from almost 7,100 units and 6,200 last November. So we're up 14%, and prices are up by 7.1%. Prices are up, sales are up versus a year ago. Going back, we're basically at $852,000. The previous month was a record-setting price. In general, prices are good. The real estate market is strong. I've got some other proof of that for you later on. And when we look at how we're going to finish the year off in average prices across the GTA, we're going to finish off stronger in 2019 than what average prices were in 2018. So all good news so far. Let's take a look at Vaughan. When we look at October to November, prices went up slightly, 1.6%. And now, over here, when we look at June, that's the highest price we've had all year. And we're only off by about $1,000 here in November. So it's, within $1,000. November's average price was the highest we've seen all year. I know a lot of people think, come November, December, January, things are terrible. The market is really healthy, really strong right now. When we compare last year, sales are up by 3.1%, and prices are up from November this year compared to November last year. Prices are up 13.6%. How are we going to finish off the year? Well, when we look at 2018 averages of 976, and so far by the end of November, we're sitting at 991,000. It's safe to say we will most likely, in general, overall, 2019 prices for Vaughan will be higher than what they were in 2018. These are not predictions. Well, I'm predicting within a month's notice, but we're very healthy in Vaughan price-wise. But that's all home types. This is a general average for Vaughan now. Let's look a little bit closer. These are all the different home types. And from October to November, detached towns, semis, and condos all went up in price. Now remember, I know a lot of people think nobody buys in November, prices are no good in November, December. It's just not true. I'm showing these are actual real numbers. Prices are very strong right now. So, looking at detached prices. This average price here of $1,290,000 for November, that's the highest it's been in 13 months, so about a year. So November average price for detached homes in Vaughan, highest we've seen all year. Now, on most of these slides, you're going to see sales have decreased from October to November. That's normal. We are heading into a little bit of a slower season. Now, slow doesn't mean low prices, but there are some good opportunities out there if you're looking to buy. But one, price is the highest we've seen all year. When we compare 12 months ago, prices are up from November this year. From last year, they're up 11.3%. Now, we throw out a lot of percentages. What does that mean number-wise? Prices are $130,000 more this November than they were last November. And we're talking about average prices of everything sold for detached homes. How are we going to finish off the year? Well, I put an exclamation mark here. It doesn't seem likely that the final average price for 2019 is going to be higher than 2018. Doesn't seem. It could still happen. Seems a little bit unlikely. It's going to be very, very close though. So overall average price is going to be on par, a little bit less, a little bit more than what it was for 2018. But let's look at semis. Watch this. For November, the average price of $861,000, sorry. That's a 30-month high. For semis, we've not seen that price in about 2.5 years. When we compare to November last year, average price is up by 10.3%. What does 10.3% mean? $80,000. This November, the average semi sold for $80,000 more than it did last year November. How are we going to finish off the year in semis in Vaughan? Well, we're going to finish off much stronger. For 2018, the average was $807,000. For 2019, we're already sitting at $830,000. Very safe to say, especially with the price that we're at now, the strongest it's been in 2.5 years, we're going to finish off extremely strong, much higher than we were in 2018. Townhouses. $871,000 was the average for townhouse sales in November. That also is a 30-month high. That's 2.5 years ago, May of 2017, that we've seen an average price that high. When we compare November this year to November last year, we're 6.6% higher. That's over $53,000 higher. So townhouses, extremely strong. Looking at the averages of 2018, the average was 827. We're sitting at, so far for the end of November, 835,000. Townhouses will, without a doubt, finish off stronger in 2019 than they were in 2018. So townhouses have gone up from the previous year. And condos. Condos is a crazy story. So the average of condos sold, and you can see the sales actually. I don't talk too much about the sales with some of the other ones. I do expect them to drop, but for November, condo sales are basically as high as they were at any other time of the year. So condo sales are not dropping for November, but the average price of $595,000. Yes, it's a huge increase from October. However, when I look at June, $605,000, $605,000 is the highest price we have ever had in condo. I don't mean 2.5 years ago, 3.5 years ago, ever. We've never seen a price that high. And for November, we're only off by about $10,000. So the November price is a record-setting price. As far as what happened compared to 12 months ago, we already know. If I'm telling you we're off by $10,000 from the highest price ever, for sure we're way higher than November prices last year. And how are we going to finish the year? Condo prices are going to finish off much higher for 2019 than they were in 2018. There's a lot going on, but here's the real story about what's going to happen moving forward. Months of inventory is an important factor in price-wise. So far, if you're kind of following along in what I'm saying, generally speaking, we're buying more and there's less inventory available for sale. So we're buying more, there's less available. Supply and demand it goes without saying that it's going to put a pressure on price. Well, look at these months of inventory here. For all home types, we're sitting at 2.3 months. Detached is sitting at 3.1 months of inventory. Now keep in mind, anything below 4 months of inventory is a seller's market. Between 4 to 6 months is a balanced market. And more than 6 months of inventory is a buyer's market. When we're sitting in a seller's market, kind of means that prices are not coming down, but probably, most likely, going up. Well, look at these other home types. Semi-detached. Now remember, I told you semis, we're breaking records. We haven't seen those prices in 2.5 years. Townhouses, we haven't seen those prices in 2.5 years. Condos, we haven't seen those prices ever. So, months of inventory, 0.6 months, 1.7, 1.8. These are extremely, extremely low. I have some predictions for 2020. I don't like doing predictions, but I'm pretty confident about these predictions. We're going to see more of the same in 2020 than we saw in 2019. However, I believe because of how strong we're finishing, it's going to be a little bit more aggressive. So whatever percentage points we're going up in 2019 will be a little bit stronger in 2018. In 2020. Why do I say that? Well, interest rates are still remarkably low. Yeah, we're probably going to see some increases, but not by multiple percentage points, but a quarter point here, quarter point there. So interest rates are still low, even if they go up a little bit. The demand for housing far outstrips the supply. We have immigration coming to this area, coming to the GTA like no other part of Canada. And these immigrants coming in are educated and they have money and they want to buy property. That puts pressure on price. And the other prediction, and this is almost every year, by the end of 2020, there's going to be disappointed buyers. Why do I say that? Well, there's disappointed buyers right now. I spoke to buyers in January this year of 2019 that have said they're waiting for the market to crash. They're waiting for prices to drop. Well, in a lot of these areas, prices have gone up 50,000, 100,000, and I know these people I'm talking to, their salaries didn't go up by 50,000 or 100,000. So my attitude is get in the market when you can. My name is Santo Sessa. I'm with RE/MAX Premier. I'm happy to talk to anybody that needs any questions, has anything they want to know about real estate. I'm happy to help. Just want to take this moment also to say thank you for following us all year. I really, really sincerely hope that this information we're giving you, you find it useful. I hope you know more about the market by listening to this. That's my goal. Any feedback, please give us a call or comment below. We're happy to hear from you. Check out our podcast. Check out our YouTube video. Have an awesome holiday season. Happy New Year. All the best for 2020, and we'll see you next year.